Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a place where the right message finds you. So, now let me show you guys our Wheel of Wisdom. So, just a moment. So, my dear ones, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And as you can see, this wheel contains the name of 50 plus books, the best ones that I have read over the past 10 years of my life. And now we are going to spin the wheel, and the universe is going to choose a book for us. Wendy says, "Hi, Anisha and friends, good morning." Hi, Wendy. And then another Wendy enters as well. Wendy says, "Hi, Anisha, just in time." Yes, you are. We just took out the wheel. So, a warm welcome to both Wendy's to the space. Love that, how you both said hi at the same time. Okay. Now, before we spin the wheel, I invite you guys to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need guidance on today? And whatever came up to your mind, hold that in your awareness as we spin the wheel. Oh, okay. The book that came up is You Don't Owe Anyone by Caroline Garnett McGraw. So let's see what this beautiful book wants to offer us. What is the reminder? What do we don't owe anyone? I love the title of this book. It's kind of like very empowering, especially if you are a people pleaser. So let me show you guys our book now. This is our first book for today, which is You Don't Owe Anyone. And now choosing some numbers so that we can play a game together. Yay. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to now pick a number between 16 to 291. And there is no need to rush. I choose a number randomly based on my intuition. So just share the first number that pops in your head in the comment section. Okay. Thank you, Ning. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Pilo. Anyone else who feels called to share a number and receive a divine message from the universe? Okay, so let's go with the numbers that appeared here. So the number that I'm feeling most called to is 211 by Kathleen. So let's see what wants to come through. Page number 211. Okay, so the heading, Kathleen is celebrating. So the heading is The No O Invitation. Follow the energy back. Oh, it seems like a reading that I did a few lives ago. I'm not sure if you were there or not. Seems like it wants to come again. So, okay, give me a second. It is a long practice. I'm trying to shorten it. Okay. Mhm. So, this practice has been inspired from psychological exercise, okay, from Gestalt psychology. So, just going with the technical stuff and now coming to the practice. So, the author says that begin by getting centered and calm in your loving heart space. So, so for this practice, we begin by welcoming more calm, more peace, more love into our heart. We just did a practice on peace, so we don't need to dive deeper. But if you want some suggestions to, do that is to imagine like the love that you have for a child, a partner, a pet, so whatever brings a feeling of love overflowing in your heart. So you can think of that person, that thing, that place, so whatever brings a feeling of love within yourself. So imagining that. And now from this place, we call to our mind a situation when you wanted to say no to someone and complied against your better judgment. So you wanted to say no, but you were not able to. You didn't. So locate the specific feeling of emotional turbulence that arose in your body at the time. In that situation, when you wanted to say no, but you couldn't, so bring to your mind how you felt in that moment within your body. And notice where does this feeling live in your body. So, we are getting in touch with that feeling. And then notice, is it sharp or is it muted? Is it cold or is it hot? Is it heavy or is it light? So, for example, you might have a feeling of sadness that's so intense that it constricts your throat, or a feeling of fear that turns your stomach into an icy pool. So, notice where you feel that feeling that you felt in that situation in your body now, and how does that feeling feels like. And if the first feeling that comes up for you is anger, then you can also invite yourself to go a little deeper and ask yourself, what else do you feel? What what is hurt underneath the anger? You will know you have hit pay dirt when you can find a feeling of hurt, vulnerability, and emotional pain. So hold that uncomfortable feeling in your body for just a little bit longer. And then ask yourself, what's the very first time that I can remember feeling this way? So follow the energy back to the first time you can remember feeling that way. So you will probably flip through a few memories before landing on the one that clicks. Be patient. You are looking for a particular feeling of resonance, a sense of a puzzle piece sliding into place. And sometimes this feeling of alignment might not make any sense to your mind. You may not believe that there is any connection between that past moment and this present one. That is perfectly fine. You do not need to understand on the mental level right now. For now, just go with where you feel the energetic connection in your body. And if you are feeling really stuck and can't find that first memory, you can simply hold the feeling in your body and ask, how old do I feel right now? Whatever number pops up in your head is the right one. Once you have identified either a specific memory or a specific age, it's time to do a brief dialogue with your younger self. So you can take a moment and enter that memory as your adult, wise, compassionate self and ask that younger version, what are you feeling right now? And allow that younger version to speak in first person. So, for example, I feel dash, and then once the younger version has expressed whatever it wanted to share about how he or she or they are feeling, ask the little one what it's like to be you. What is going on with you? And let that little one share what it has to share. And finally, ask this little one, what do you need to feel loved and safe? And listen patiently to the little one. And once the little one has shared the need, see if you can think of a way to meet those needs. So perhaps that little version needed protection. So you, as your adult, strong version, can enter that memory and protect that little one. Or perhaps it needed to feel loved or accepted the way they were. So you can say something kind or hug them, or you can take them to a safe place by visualizing it. To find a way to meet the needs of this little version of you. And once you have done so, you can take a moment to thank this part of you for letting it get to know, for letting you get to know it. And you can say goodbye for now. That's it. You did great. So that was a practice or a version of a practice. I ended up improvising a little bit. But yeah, that was the practice that came up for Kathleen. And this practice has come up before, but it seems like this wanted to come up again and reach, Kathleen's world or anyone else who needed this practice today. So yeah, let me know, um, Kathleen, if you have come back from this memory now, you know, if you wanted to share anything regarding that reading, and if not, you can just stay in that space that has been created from this practice. I try to, include more pauses in case you're doing this practice again. And I was really pleasantly surprised that this practice came up for you, given, everything that I know. So yeah, I'm really glad that this came up and that you got a chance to revisit your, younger versions. Hmm. Hi Priscilla, welcome. Welcome to the space. You're just in time. We just completed our first reading and we are going to move on to our second one. And also I'm sorry, I think my voice keeps on going a little bit. I think I might be coming down with a cold. Maybe, or it's just the weather. So yeah, my voice just keep on fluctuating. So yeah, I'm sorry if you can't hear, if you couldn't hear some parts of that reading or the meditation. So yeah, I appreciate your presence and your patience with that. Um, Kathleen says that was powerful. I was able to connect easy. I was able to easily connect with my younger self and meet her needs. Thank you. I'm glad that you took the time to do that, Kathleen. I'm really glad. Priscilla says, glad to be with you all in this beautiful space. Oh, I'm glad to have you here. Okay, guys. I don't know. These days I'm seeing a lot of double numbers. Right now, I saw like 32, 32, like 32 minutes, and then 32 people here. So, okay, so I want to take a moment and see what is what is it that I want to hear? What, sorry, what it, what it is that the universe is trying to convey to me, and it's still like 32, 32. So yeah, give me a moment to check in, and I will read it out loud in case you also need to hear this message. Oh, I hope that my voice do not give up on me. Ah, I have so many readings to do right now. Okay. Ah, so the message from angel number 3232 is that you are on the brink of a deeply creative and harmonious life phase. Oh, that is kind of really assuring, reassuring. I needed to hear that. I really do. Okay. Okay, where is my voice going? Just a moment. It's kind of like a rainy season here since 1 week. So yeah. Now my voice is acting up. Uh okay. Give me a second to take out the wheel again. And then I invite you to bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. Okay, so the book that came up is The Mindful Path to Self Compassion, Freeing Yourself from Destructive Thoughts and Emotions by Christopher K. Germer. So let's see what this beautiful book wants to offer us. We're getting a lot of like compassion or self kindness today. Interesting. Okay, so this is our beautiful book, The Mindful Path to Self Compassion. And now give me a second to choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. Okay, so my dear ones, I invite you to pick a number between 25 to 276. Here you go. And again, there is no need to rush. I pick a number randomly based on my intuition. So just share the first number that pops up in your head in the comments to receive the divine message from the universe for you. Thank you, Priscilla. Oh, Priscilla. Let me see if there is anything on. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for choosing another number. Yeah, maybe I can check if there is something on page number 22. If you really felt called to that number, I just choose, generally. Okay, there is something like an introduction or something. Uh, no, okay, a title. Let's go with 44 then. Yeah, okay. Anyone else who feels called to choose a number? Oh, now I'm seeing 36, 36. I'm seeing a lot of double numbers. Okay. Anyone else, or should we go with Priscilla's number? Just taking a moment to see if there is anyone else as well. Okay, then let's go with page number 44. Huh. Okay, let's see what wants to come through page 44. Okay, give me a second. So there are stages of acceptance that came up from this page. Huh. So give me a second. Yeah. So the heading is Stages of Acceptance. The process of turning towards discomfort occurs in stages. There is a progressive softening or non resistance in the face of suffering. After an initial bout of aversion, which is the first stage, we start the process with curiosity about the problem. And if all goes well, end with a full embrace of whatever is occurring in our lives. The process is usually slow and natural. It makes no sense to advance to the next stage until you are entirely comfortable with where you are at the moment. So the stages are number one, aversion, which is like resistance, avoidance, rumination. So the author says that our first instinctive reaction to uncomfortable feelings is always aversion. For example, we avert our gaze when we see something unpleasant. Aversion can also take form of mental entanglement or rumination, trying to figure out how to remove the feeling. After a while, when aversion doesn't work, we enter the second stage, which is curiosity, which is turning towards discomfort with interest. So, in curiosity, we are like, what is that feeling? When does it happen? What does it mean? When we know what we are dealing with, and if the pain doesn't go away, we may enter stage 3, which is tolerance or safely enduring it. So, tolerance means enduring emotional pain, but we are still resisting it and wishing it would go away. Sometimes we tolerate things wishing that they would go away. So, this is that stage. As our resistance erodes, we enter the fourth stage, which is allowing, letting feelings come and go. So, allowing is letting difficult feelings come and go on their own. Finally, as our lives adapt and deepen, we may begin, we may find ourselves in the final stage, which is friendship. Friendship meaning embracing or seeing the hidden value. So, in the stage, we actually see the hidden value in our predicament. The story of a dear friend of mine. Okay, so there's like a story then. But yeah, okay, so these are the stages. First aversion, second is curiosity, third is tolerance, fourth is allowing, and fifth is friendship. So these are the 5 stages of acceptance, whether it is self acceptance or whether it is accepting some situation that you're going through. So the universe is asking you, Priscilla, to accept something if you're if you're facing some difficulty or if you have been having a hard time accepting yourself. So yeah, that was the reading today. Let me know if it resonated with you, if you feel aligned with this intention to, move towards acceptance. And if you do have like shared a resource here for you or anyone who would like to learn in depth or in a more practical step by step way how to accept anything, um, Priscilla says that resonates. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so now let us move on to our next reading. So, again, bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. Okay, so the book that came up is Mind Made Prison by Matteo Tabatabai. So let's see how our minds have kept us imprisoned. Uh, okay, give me a second to open the book. So this is our book, the cover of the book meaning. Oh, okay. We have a message from Priscilla. She says, I'm preparing for my new position in teaching, and I relate to this reading to accepting and moving forward with my acceptance for my new role. Ah, no issues, no issues. I'm glad that you shared it, the way you did. And accepting that. Ah, I'm so happy, and I'm excited for you. I would love to, hear about your experience when you finally, go back to school and yeah, share, like teach the next generation. And maybe learn from them as well. It goes both ways. So yeah, I'm happy to, I'm excited to hear that. I'm looking forward to hear that. I'm happy that you're like, accepting, letting go of what has happened and accepting more of what is going to come, and knowing that there might be certain stages which might feel a little challenging, but in the end you're going to make, you know, this new role a good friend of yours. Priscilla says, I'm going to reach out to you in a private message. For sure. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. So we were on our third book for today, and this was the book, The Mind Made Prison. And now let me choose some numbers for us. Okay, give me a second to choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. So the number is 6. Okay. And so, my dear ones, I invite you to take your time and pick a number between 6 to 174. Here you go. And again, just see what number first pops up, share that in the comments, and let the universe works its magic. Thank you, Priscilla, for that kind donation. Thank you so much. I'm glad that the message resonated with you so deeply and that you feel called to support my work. So happy to have you here. Thank you, Doug, for sharing that message. Mm. Sorry, thank you, Doug, for sharing that number. I confused like Priscilla. Doug's response, but yeah. Hmm. Okay. Anyone else who feels called to share a number? Seems like Doug's number is going to be chosen like Priscilla's with no one else to compete with. Okay. I'm going to take a sip and see if anyone shares a number until then. Otherwise, I will go with Doug's number. Okay, we have Kathleen. Thank you, Kathleen, for sharing a number. Hmm. It's kind of pretty quiet today here, which is also nice. Okay. So seems like everyone who wanted to share a number has done so. So now let's see. I am still feeling called towards Doug's numbers, so let's go with 162. Okay. See what wants to come through page 162. So there is a message which is like a it is a Chinese proverb which is do not fear going slowly, only fear standing still. Again, do not fear going slowly, only fear standing still. So the author says, I'm going to suggest that you implement one new activity in your life and let it build momentum. This activity will allow you to start trusting your inner knowing and move forward in life with additional courage and passion. We will get to this particular activity later on, but first you need to fully understand why you need to trust your inner knowing. There is no one else on planet Earth that has had the same experiences, thoughts, emotions, struggles, and success that you have had up until this point. As a meaning maker, the meanings you create are completely unique, and this gives you a completely unique perspective of life. This is why the path of self exploration is unlimitedly one that you have to take alone. Sure, you can have friends who support you or join a spiritual community. However, you are the only person who knows exactly what you need and when you need it. So that was the first thing, trusting yourself, knowing yourself that would happen if you just include one thing, one habit, one new activity, one project, one goal, anything in your life. And that would happen. Like you will understand yourself more. You will get to not know yourself more. You will also start trusting yourself more as a result of doing that. So the universe is trying you, Doug, asking you to try some, habit, to try some new thing in your life. So maybe there is something that you have been feeling called to do, like there's something that you have been postponing doing, something you always wanted to do but you haven't, something that you think might make a big difference in your day-to-day life or in your life in the long term. So maybe reflect if there's something and take on to that, instead of, as the quote says, instead of, standing still, maybe try taking slow steps, and that might build momentum and lead to something much more fulfilling, much more meaningful, much more joyful into your, in your life. So yeah, seems like that is the invitation here for you, Doug. Let me know if there is something that you're feeling called to start after this reading. So, yeah, take a moment to reflect on that. And if you feel called to share that in the comments, it's okay. You can do that. If not, then also it's okay. Whatever works for you. I'm going to take a sip in case Doug is writing something. And in case you need some suggestions as to what you can take on, or anyone else what you can, take on, I can share mm, some, I don't know how to call it, like something that you can try on or something you can try on with fun. So yeah, I will share that after reading Doug's comment in case anyone needed. Doug says that is a really good reminder. Like slow progress is so different from no progress. Exactly. Slow progress over no progress any day. Love how you put it, Doug. And thank you so much for letting me know that, yeah, you like this reminder. Because, yeah, we all know all these things. We just need the right reminder at the right time, don't we? Okay, so, my dear amazing people, mm, let me share with you a new habit you can try or something new that you can try that would help you deepen your connection with your inner knowing, with your intuition, especially that part. So, okay, give me a second. Okay, so where you can find what I'm going to share is by going to my profile, by going to the home section, and when you scroll down, so there is a playlist section there, and here is a free 21-day mindfulness meditation challenge. So, if you feel called to, if you want to become more present, if you want to feel more alive, if you want to become more focused, and go in that direction, like if you want to live with awareness rather than moving from day to day, living in your mind or living in your phones, if you want to come out of it and live in this world and feel deeply and, like experience the wonder, the joy, the curiosity, then you might want to start by cultivating the skill of mindfulness. So, if you want, you can check out this free challenge I have. Or for the second part, which was developing your connection with your intuition, with your inner knowing. So, for that, I have this on the playlist, which is this Wheel of Wisdom, pick a meditation. So this playlist is just like what we do here in this live, where when I ask you guys to pick a number, it's not just for fun, it is also a way in which you get to connect again and again with your intuition. And the more you connect with it, the more trust you develop in that, okay, it is going to lead me to the right guidance. It is, guiding me. So, and when you need it most, that intuition, that strong connection would be there. It is always there. That inner knowing, that intuition is always there, whether you are able to, feel it, detect it, hear it, see it, But we might not have a very good connection with it. So the more we practice it, the more we practice connecting to it, the more we are able to access it when we need it. So for that, I have created this playlist. And again, all the meditations here are also free. It has like 70 meditations. So yeah, you can just open it, you can just close your eyes and scroll until you feel like, okay, this is something that resonates with your eyes closed. And that can be your meditation for today, So, this is how you can let the universe guide you to the meditation, to the practice that you need to do today. And yeah, you can experiment with that. So those were the two places, the two things, the two habits, the two something new you can try. Doug says, I loved the Master Your Thoughts course. It was great to identify patterns like personalizing things. Ah, thank you, Doug, for going through it and for sharing that. I'm really happy that you found it useful to learn about patterns that are not helpful for you, the thought patterns. Okay, let me share the course that Doug has mentioned here. Yeah, so for anyone who don't know, I have included the different kind of unhelpful thinking patterns according to a therapy approach and the specific techniques to overcome those thinking patterns. So like Doug, you can also, find out your top three. patterns, the top three ways in which you usually think that are not good for you. And once you know that, anytime you find yourself engaging in those patterns, you can apply those specific techniques to counter that, to challenge the way you think instead of just blindly believing whatever your mind says. So, yeah. Uh, yeah. So, so thank you so much, Doug. I'm really happy to hear that. Uh, Um, okay. It's really interesting, like, when I was going to share the three the new things that you can try, there was this course that popped up in my head, this and the other sister course to this one, and those playlists. So, and then a comment came up from you. So, like, these are the things that I'm talking about that helps you, you know, deepen your belief that there is something, guiding you, that you can trust whatever, that inner wisdom shares with you. And I didn't know that it wanted to come through Doug. It just popped in my head and I wanted to like share it after these playlists, and then I saw a comment from Doug. So yeah, it's such a nice feeling to just know that, yeah, you can trust yourself, that there is something within you that you can go to for guidance whenever you need it. So I really, really, really appreciate this comment. Uh, Kathleen says, are these under the playlist or are they just listed? So, okay, so the meditations that I was talking about, they are under the playlist. So, have like, so Kathleen, when you go to the home page and scroll down just above the group, you will find all the five playlists. And under this third one, called Wheel of Wisdom, you will find all the meditations, all the 70 meditations. And yeah, and I've kept all of them, free intentionally because I wanted to, you know, not have like any kind of barrier here. And this is also kind of, I don't know, like a tribute or something, like, a result of all the kindness, the support, all the donations that have been made through these lives. I wanted to create something so that, you can have a flavor of what we do here, and you can have all the resources that came out from the space in one place. So yeah, that's what it is. Kathleen says, yes, meditation. Thank you. Ha. So I hope, Kathleen, that you find something from there. Uh, and I have a follower, like, she was doing this. She was like, each day she closed her eyes and she scrolled through that and she like listened to a meditation and then left me a review, like, okay, this is what I did today and this is what I experienced. And it was really fun, to also like connect with you in that manner as well. So yeah, maybe give it a try if you feel called. Okay, guys, so that's it for today's live. I hope that you received the message that you needed to hear most today, or maybe you like the meditation or the energy or someone else's comment. I don't know what resonated most with you, but I really, really hope that something did. That you're carrying something much more valuable from this live today, and that you're feeling, much better than you started, from when this live started. So, yeah, thank you so, so much for being here. I really, really, really appreciate your presence. And yeah, and for those of you who are new to the space, I do want to take, like, 5 more minutes to briefly share all the resources that I have created for you so that you can, check them out in case you need, any of them in your life right now. So I'm going to be very brief. I'm not going to dive in. So, yeah. Okay, so the first resource is, again, when you go to the home section, you scroll down just above the group. By the way, this is my little community here where I share like the summaries of these lives. So if you want, you can, join it. And I also share any update if I have any here. So, yeah, the first place where you will find all of my resources is this playlist section. I have organized all my audios and videos in these playlists so it is easier for you to, access. So, there is this mindfulness playlist that I shared. Then there is this nervous system regulation techniques playlist. I'm going to make it like a total of 100 tracks. Right now it has like 28 practices. So yeah, I'm going to add like many more here. So if you want, you can, save it. I also recorded just before this live a check-in so that you get to know which particular state you are in, and then you can use the practice for that state because you need, a down regulation when you're feeling a lot of energy within you, and you need a pick me up when you're feeling really low, and you need more, so yeah, you need different kind of techniques for different kind of states. So yeah, I recorded that. So I'm going to add that as well here so you can know which technique to use when. Okay, then there is this little reminders for you. This is my favorite playlist by far, something that I've created from my heart. So it contains like short tracks for when you're having a negative thought. So I hope that you do check it out and see if there is something for you, if there is a reminder that you need. And then there is finally therapy tools and techniques playlist. So I've shared different therapy techniques here for some problems that people have. So you can check it out and see if there is something for you. And I've also added morning and sleep meditations here as well, because they are based on some psychological concepts. I've put them everything here. So, yeah, this is the first place where you can find all of my resources. The second is the courses section. You can explore them in your own time. I have like 7 courses related to negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, mindfulness, acceptance, curiosity, beginner's mind, and so on. And then the final place. So, if you want, to check out my other offerings, then you can go to the About section. You can scroll down, and here you will find a way to work personally with me if that is what you want. Or you will also find some recordings here. You will also find all the recordings here from this live, and all the lives that I have done in Wheel of Wisdom. Today's episode is like 230th episode. So, yeah, you will find everything here as well. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for listening to me so patiently, especially the ones who are regular here. I so appreciate you guys staying, you know, for as much long as this live goes, even if it means listening to me saying the same things. But yeah, I so appreciate that. That is so sweet of you. Okay, so I bow down to the divine within each and every one of you. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. I hope to see you guys day after tomorrow at the same time. So, yeah, see you guys soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a beautiful, wonderful day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care.